Next page, we're going to move on to our Cardinal nest. So our Cardinal nest is, this is our hub of everything. The best part for you with this part of the video is you get to stop looking at my face for a minute because I think Robert takes over and has the Cardinal nest take over the whole screen here so you can see it. I'm going to spend a few minutes here kind of going through everything that the Cardinal nest has to offer because you already logged in watching the video, might as well get the full experience, right? If you scroll down the middle, you always see the most recent videos that Samson has to offer. There's my weekly market update you can see on the screen there. And down the middle you see some classes coming up this week, some other activities coming up that it's easy for you to log on there and launch. The next thing down the middle in our announcement section is people that have used Cardinal Title Group in the last day or two. Look, I can't pay you, I can't make you, and I can't incentivize you to use Cardinal Title Group. All those things are against the law. But I can sure thank you a lot. So we make sure we thank you in lights right in the middle there. Scrolling back to the top right for me, Mallory, you can see that at the top right, you're going to see some quick links in the top right. That will go off into some other pages like Samson University and SCETA and some other good opportunities there to jump into other sections if you need to. But if you get off the quick links you see behind there, we always have the most recent sales meeting video posted right there. I'll talk more about our sales meetings in a second, but you want to be able to access those videos easily. The next thing down is the calendar. So you can see hovered over, you can see today I'm actually obviously taping this in November 2nd or whatever that is here. You can hover over any day and you can see all the activities for that day on a kind of a quick glance. Below that you have pages for Cardinal Title Group and First Heritage Mortgage. First Heritage is our loan partner. There's no requirement to use First Heritage Mortgage, obviously. We do think they're fantastic. They have people in all of our offices. They are pros, and we do have a small ownership interest in First Heritage Mortgage in the interest of full disclosure. But they are a great resource to help you with a lot of different things. The next link down there is Samson University, which goes off in our university. We'll do that in a second. Pages for dot loop, tips on that, and an internal coming soon board. Let's pop over to Samson University right now, if you don't mind, Mallory, because I might forget. So this is our Samson University page. On the top, you can search by keyword. Scrolling down there, you can see on the left, we've got tons of different categories you can search by. The beginners or the basic training series, how to win a bid series on working with buyers and sellers and contract training and addendum training and anything you can imagine on the left there. Casey Sampson's Masterclass series, Success Secrets with Samson Agents, which is an amazing series where Cynthia Lehman, our education coordinator, interviews all the top agents in our company, takes you an hour behind the curtain, and they share all the secrets on why they've become successful. Down the middle, you can see we're always posting our most recent videos there, easy for you to watch, easy for you to see. Recent sales meetings, recent tech trainings, KV Core, World Series of Prospecting, all the best classes. We're going to make sure they're featured right there so you can easily come in the next time and see them. You haven't logged in a week or two? Come to Samson University, see if there's any interesting classes you've missed. That you can easily watch their videos right there. So it's super easy to navigate, super easy to watch. You can sit there and watch hours and hours and hours of video. If we come back to the nest, the funny part about our university is, and it's great, but without fail, I'll be walking down the hall and somebody new, and I'll be like, hey, how you doing? Just kind of a generally nice hi when you see somebody walking down the hall. And they look at me like we're like best friends. And I forget that they've been watching Samson University and they've probably been watching hours and hours of videos of us and our training out there. And here I am, it's the first time they're like, oh, I've never actually met you in person. This is the first time. So our university is great for being able to watch lots of great videos. What we're going to do now, Mallory's back on the front page. If you scroll in the middle, you can see that we've got pages. Scroll in the middle there for me a little bit. You've got orientation links. Right below the Cardinal thank yous. So we've got a whole page there. You can go to Samson Orientation where you can watch all the orientation videos that Sarah Mormon and I teach. We've got cheat sheet. This is the best way. In one page it shows you, well, one page, it's actually 5 pages, but it shows you all the different contexts for any program, anything going on in our company. The cheat sheet is always updated, so it's like, well, who do I go to for social media marketing? Or who do I go to for branding videos? Or who do I go to about concierge services? Whatever it is in our company, it's always on the cheat sheet if you're when in doubt. Or you call your onboarding customer care rep and they'll hook you up, right? In the middle there, you've got the concierge services. You've got our Front Door podcast series, which is a series I do with lots of interviews and trying to help people get better at real estate. And then all the way to the right is Samson Cares. Samson Cares is our philanthropic effort. We did a Samson Cares events for Generosity Feeds where we had 20,000 meals we packaged and gave out to families in need. You can go to Samson Cares and donate either small portions of each commissions or one-time gifts to Samson Cares. As soon as this pandemic clears, we're going to have lots of great events that we're giving back out to the families in need. During the holidays here, we're doing tons of fun stuff like coat drives and canned food drives and Thanksgiving food dinner drives and lots of great stuff that Samson Cares is getting involved in to help out, give back to those around us that are in need. Back to the homepage. Scrolling down the middle, you can see that there's message boards down the middle. So in the middle there, you've got kind of postings, but then on the left, Mallory's going to click the link for message boards. We used to have a Facebook group, and Big Bad Donnie shut it down. Well, why'd you do that, Donnie? Well, the problem with our Facebook group was this. It was twofold. One, only 60% of people were on Facebook and using it effectively. And two, Facebook, for a billion-dollar company, is the most unorganized platform in the history of the earth, in my opinion. I don't know why their algorithm shoots out the posts in the order that it does half the time, right? So what we did is we created an internal message board system that all 3,600 people had access to, whether they use Facebook or not. And it was much more organized. We've got 12 or 13 different organized boards where you can post. If it's about KV Core, you post in there. If it's about open houses, you post there. You got contract questions or whatever it is you want to know, you post in there. You see it's got a sales meeting notes section. That's where I post all my sales meeting notes about the recent sales meetings. So we've got tons of different boards that are very organized, easy for you to find later. If you say you posted about an open house that you needed help on it Monday afternoon, well, you could post in the open house section and people know where to go if they want to find an open house. So the message board system is super effective. On the right there, you can click boxes and subscribe to message boards that are interesting to you. I subscribe to all of them because I like to see all the posts in our company because I have a death wish and I like to see every post that comes through my email. But say you're really interested in open houses and contract questions and KV Core. You click those three. Anytime anybody posts in those boards, you get an email automatically to your email that you can click that and start to interact with the message if you'd like to join in the conversation. If you don't want to subscribe to anything, you don't have to. Just come back to the message boards and log in if you want to poke around a little bit. Moving over to the left side, we're going to look at some of our links here on the left. The top one is resources. So resources is like our library. I've talked to you a lot about postcards and brochures and different marketing materials. Well, this is everything in one spot. So you can see you click postcard there, and I'm not looking at the screen, you are. I think there's 78 or 79 postcards in there. Well, you just click that and you get 79 different templates that you can choose from. You can download those to your computer, whether it's in Mac or in Pages if you're a Mac user, or Publisher if you're a PC user. Take out my picture, put in yours. Take out my words, put in your words, and all of a sudden you've got your own postcard to work with going forward. So you can download postcards, brochures, signs, business cards, anything you need here in our resource section. Now the top resources is the next thing over on the left there. Think of this as Donnie's top 20. So I've got links to sales market, monthly market reports, and sales reports for our company, and buyer and seller guides, which I showed you earlier, concierge services, links to the How to Win a Bid series in a competitive market, shows you how I would go about winning bids, full listing presentations, lots of great stuff in here, easy for you to access. Scrolling down on the left there, you've got lots of other great links to the Print Center and KV Core and recruiting, but I'll come down to the agents and staff link. So agents and staff is like our picture directory for everything Samson. So first of all, you see some people without pictures in there, so put your picture in there so that you show up. But why do I care about a directory, Donnie? I already work here, I don't really care. Well, it's a great referral base. So let's say that you work in Chantilly and somebody called me today and they wanted to sell a house in Bowie or wanted to buy a house in Bowie. Well, I don't work in Bowie, but you could easily go in there and click, okay, they need to work in Bowie, they need to speak Spanish, they need to be in the business at least 5 years. You can click all these things down. It will shoot back agents that qualify for all those things. So you can sort and find great referral partners through here, through our nest. The other great thing at the top there, Mallory's going to click on the broker button. You can see all of our brokers and staff for Samson, Cardinal, and First Heritage all up top. Well, the brokers is super important. We have tons and tons of broker support here at Samson. It starts and ends, though, with the man, the myth, Mike Briggs, who's on the top there. Mike is the best broker in the industry, and I'll argue with you if you want to, but I'll win. Mike has been judge and jury at MVAR for the last 20 years. He was on arbitration for 5 years and chaired it, ethics for 5 years and chaired it, standards and policies for 5 years and chaired it. He's been on everything, and he is fantastic. The story I like to tell about Mike is we were at a festival a couple years ago, and you know, we think people like Danny and I okay, and we get lots of cheers, and we're running the show like, you know, like we own the place or something. We're emceeing, and then, you know, we say, hey, how about a good hand for Mike Briggs, our great broker? And the agents literally went into a chant, Mike, 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 because they know what a great broker is and how thankful they are to have Mike Briggs. He's the best in the business when you need a bulldog on your side. So you can find all the great brokers and great support here on our agents and staff directory. The next thing I want Mallory to click on is the office locations link. So the office locations, you know, you might say you work all the time in McLean and Tyson's area. You know those offices like the back of your mind, and the back of your hand, you know, whichever the slogan wants to work best for you today. So you can see the map of all the different offices. But today you're showing houses in Alexandria. And you're like, well, how do I use the Alexandria office? I know we have one there. You can pull it up on your phone, click the Alexandria page, and it's going to pull you up everything about that office. It's got pictures, address, phone numbers, the manager's information, the admin's information. More importantly, it's got a section on access. If you go in during the middle of the day on a work day, great, it's open. You can just pop in there and start working. But what if you go in at night or Saturday afternoon or Sunday afternoon? It may or may not be opened, right? Well, you can go on the Nest, pull up. Every office has a lockbox or a combo box outside. You can get the lockbox information or the combo information, get the key, go in, open the office, start using it as your own. It has Wi-Fi passwords, printer passwords. You can drop in, you can go schedule an online conference room there with our SCADA system, and you can use that office as your own. As a side note, please, when you're done, please remember to put the key back in the combo box so that the next guy can get in there and use it. But the office location page tells you everything you need to know about that office, and we're constantly building up these office location pages to make sure you have all the information and all the different offices. I think on the left there, those are all the ones that I'm going to go through. We've got other great pages on education and recommended contractors and stuff like that, but I won't go through every single page with you. Some of that stuff is just signups for different pages. The one more, Mallory, click on is the calendar for me. So the calendar is, on the right you saw it in small form, but this shows you a whole month, and this is obviously very early in the month, but it shows you a month and 3, 4, 5 things every single day you can pop into and learn about and get into a lot of stuff virtually now, but we're hoping more and more stuff in classrooms as we move into a safer environment in the coming months, you know, prayerfully. But you can see something every single day that you can come into, teach, join into, sales meetings, all that kind of fun stuff. So the calendar is a great view of us as a company. I think that's all the great stuff in the Nest that I'm going to go over for now.